My father has just kind of instilled at me at a young age that you work for everything that you want and that you need. And I had my first business when I was in 8th grade, taking care of lawns. I couldn't even drive my lawnmower around. I pulled it around with a tractor. I didn't really enjoy high school that much. I wanted to work. It was just like all the good girls were taken, and then I didn't have time for it. So I focused my life on making money so I could buy my first pickup truck, save money for school because I had to pay for schooling by myself, pay my bills, all that kind of stuff. And actually, it was right after when I graduated from high school, a buddy of mine, his grandmother had a lake house down in Virginia. And he's like, hey, why don't you come down for a week? I was like, a whole week? Like, isn't that like a long time? And he's like, no, I'll be fine. You know, my sister's gonna be there. We got the boat. It'll be a good time. So I took a week off from the farm that I was working on. I went down, and I knew who she was in high school. She was only a couple years older than me, but I never talked to her. We kind of felt like we clicked. She was my first love, so I was blind, essentially. And we were kind of like, all right, you know, let's do this. We got engaged, and it was just kind of like, started having these thoughts, like, is this really what I want to do? And I was working for my next oldest brother at the time, and he was my best man. And on my wedding day, he come up to me, and he's like, you ready to do this? And I was like, I don't know. And he looked at me, he's like, it's a yes or no question. It's not, I don't know. He's like, if it's no, go get in your truck and leave. Don't worry about it. I said, but if it's yes, go marry her. Well, I said yes, but my gut was saying absolutely not. And it was just a train wreck waiting to happen. We were both so miserable. Like, we just didn't do anything together, always yelling. And when she moved out, that's when I turned to alcohol because I was lonely. I didn't tell anyone that she left. I was down on myself all the time, like, all right, you messed this up. This is all your fault. I texted my next oldest brother. I said, hey, I'm not suicidal, but I really was. I said, I'm an alcoholic. Come get every gun out of my house and don't tell the parents. He texted me back, okay. My father had called my brother just a short while after I messaged him, and they talked about what they had to talk about, and my brother's like, we got a problem, and I don't really know what to do. And he told him. My dad started to cry, and my mother was sitting right across from him, and she's like, what's going on? And my father and my brother and my mother and my oldest brother literally came and picked everything out of my house, put it in the cab of one pickup truck, and brought me back home. 22 years old at the time, and I had a curfew again. Wasn't allowed to do anything, wasn't allowed to touch alcohol. And because of my family loving me and knowing that I deserved better, I got that second chance to really figure out what I wanted to do. And met up with my buddy Jordan Depew there. He got me to go to church at that point in time. Went to church alone one day, got my fix, peaced out. Thought I had everything controlled, but I didn't at all. And got tied up with another girl, and she moved in with me, and it just wasn't a lifestyle that I wanted to live. At that point, I was trying to fight my way back into God, and I was trying to pull her with me, but I couldn't because she wasn't a believer. And I ended up falling down the same path that she was going, but I was like split. And this past fall, 2016, my world kind of came crashing down, and out of the blue just decided to text Jordan again to see if he was still involved with Halstead. And he's like, absolutely, and invited me to a small group on Friday nights. And that message that Friday just really hit home, drove me to come to church that following Sunday. That message hit home again, and it's just been ever since that day, just been that need to find out more. And I actually missed a Sunday one morning. I had to go out and take care of roads with the township. And Jordan texted me that night. He said, hey, you know, you missed out on an awesome sermon. And he sent me the link, and I was just like, wait, Bridgewater records this stuff? Like, they're like that up on technology? He's like, oh yeah, man, this is the 21st century. And I just kind of put it off until the later part of that week. And I got home, and I was just kind of like chilling out. And I said, you know what, I'm going to listen to that. And it was Pastor Larry preaching. And when we got to the very end of the sermon, like, I was just sitting there just kind of like, that makes sense. And it was, he prayed, and I prayed right along with him, and like my whole body went numb. And like, I was just sitting there, it's just like, I really feel it. I really feel you. And that was on December 20th of 2016. And I knew exactly what I had to do, because I knew that on paper I was saved, but in my heart I wasn't. And that I needed to take my next step and fully accept Him and give myself to Him. You take where I'm at in life right now, I'm laid off, working for myself, but my mindset from a year ago, I'd be completely distraught, upset, not happy at all, discouraged. I don't have a fancy truck, I don't have a big fancy house, I don't have a smoking hot girlfriend or a wife, but I have everything that I need, and that's more important to me than things that I want, because now I can focus on what I can do for other people instead of trying to find what other people can do for me, and that's really what God wants. I want people to realize is you're not alone. You aren't. Like, one, especially if you're part of this Bridgewater family, it's a huge family. There's so many people here that they might not be going through the same thing that you're doing, they might not be feeling the same thing that you're feeling, but they're here to listen and help you. And God's always there. Whether or not you feel it, He's always there. He's got your back. My name is Jonathan Small, and I want to make more and better disciples of Jesus Christ.